Germany is a land with a history as dramatic as it is fascinating. From medieval legends to world-changing inventions, from mysterious events to unbelievable twists of fate, its past is full of astonishing stories that continue to inspire, shock, and amaze. In this video, we'll uncover 10 of the most remarkable and unexpected stories from the history of Germany. Tales you may never have heard, but won't forget once you do. Story 1. The Nebra Sky Disk, Europe's oldest star map. In 1999, looters digging in Saxony-Anhalt stumbled upon a bronze disk buried with swords and axes. Covered in gold symbols of the sun, moon, and stars, it became known as the Nebra Sky Disk. Dating back 3,600 years, it is considered the oldest known representation of the cosmos. It shows the Pleiades cluster, lunar phases, and perhaps even solstice alignments. For centuries, people believed prehistoric Europe lacked advanced astronomy. The sky disk shattered that assumption. It proved that Bronze Age Germans not only gazed at the heavens, but recorded them with astonishing sophistication. Story 2. The Legend of the Pied Piper of Hamelin. In the medieval town of Hamelin, a legend was born. According to chronicles, in 1284, a mysterious piper dressed in colorful clothes appeared. He was hired to rid the town of rats. With music, he lured the vermin into the Weser River. But when the townsfolk refused to pay, the piper played again, this time leading away 130 children who vanished forever. Whether rooted in plague, migration, or pure myth, the story spread across Europe. The Pied Piper remains one of Germany's most haunting and astonishing folk tales. Story 3. Martin Luther and the 95 Theses. On October 31st, 1517, a monk named Martin Luther nailed his 95 Theses to the church door in Wittenberg. His challenge to indulgences sparked the Protestant Reformation. Luther's defiance spread like wildfire thanks to the printing press. Within years, Europe was torn by religious wars, and the Catholic Church was forever changed. That one man's hammer strike could shake empires, divide Christendom, and redefine faith is one of the most astonishing stories in world history. Story 4. The Grimm Brothers and their Fairy Tales. In the early 1800s, Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm traveled across German villages collecting oral tales. Hansel and Gretel, Snow White, Rumpelstiltskin. Their Kinder- und Hausmärchen preserved folklore at a time when German states were fragmented. The stories were dark, filled with witches, wolves, and warnings. The Grimms didn't just save fairy tales, they helped shape the German language and national identity. Their collection became one of the most influential books in world literature. Story 5. The Rise and Fall of the Zeppelin. At the dawn of the 20th century, Count Ferdinand von Zeppelin created massive airships that floated across skies with elegance. They became symbols of German innovation, offering luxury flights and daring expeditions. But in 1937, disaster struck. The Hindenburg, pride of the Zeppelin fleet, caught fire while landing in New Jersey. In less than a minute, it was engulfed, killing 36. The fiery end of the Hindenburg astonished the world, ending the age of passenger airships and etching the Zeppelin into history as both marvel and tragedy. Story 6. The Berlin Wall, a city divided. On August 13, 1961, Berliners awoke to barbed wire cutting through their city. Overnight, East Germany began constructing the Berlin Wall, separating families, friends, and neighborhoods. For 28 years, The wall became the Cold War's most visible symbol. Guards shot escapees, tunnels and daring hot air balloons became escape routes. Then in 1989, astonishing scenes unfolded. Peaceful protests, political shifts, and public pressure brought the wall down. East and West Berliners climbed it, danced atop it, and tore it apart with hammers. The fall of the wall astonished the world, marking the end of an era. Story 7. Beethoven, the deaf composer. Ludwig van Beethoven, one of history's greatest composers, began losing his hearing in his late 20s. By midlife, he was almost completely deaf. Yet during this silence, he composed some of his most astonishing works. The Ninth Symphony, the late string quartets, the Missa Solemnis. How could a man who could not hear create music so transcendent? Beethoven's story is one of human resilience, genius, and triumph against fate. Story 8. The Christmas Truce of 1914. In December 1914, during World War I, something astonishing happened along the Western Front. German and British soldiers, weary of bloodshed, called a spontaneous truce. They emerged from trenches, exchanged gifts, and even played football in no man's land. For one night, humanity triumphed over war. Though commanders quickly suppressed such truces, the Christmas truce remains one of the most moving moments of the 20th century. Story 9. Albert Einstein and the Theory of Relativity. In 1905, a patent clerk in Bern published papers that rewrote physics. Albert Einstein, a German-born scientist, proposed the theory of relativity, that time and space are not absolute, but linked. The idea was astonishing, almost unbelievable, yet experiments confirmed it. Einstein went on to reshape science, win the Nobel Prize, and become a global icon of genius. From humble beginnings to revolutionizing our understanding of the universe, Einstein's story is one of Germany's greatest contributions to humanity. Story 10. The Miracle of the Berlin Airlift. In 1948, the Soviet Union cut off West Berlin, hoping to starve the city into submission. Roads, rail, and canals were blocked. The Allies responded with the Berlin Airlift, a non-stop stream of planes delivering food, coal, and supplies. For nearly a year, aircraft landed every few minutes. Children watched candy bombers drop sweets by parachute. Against the odds, the blockade failed. West Berlin survived, lifted by one of history's greatest humanitarian efforts. From prehistoric astronomy to medieval legends, from symphonies born in silence to walls that crumbled overnight, Germany's history is filled with astonishing stories. Each tale shows resilience, creativity, or defiance against impossible odds. Together, these 10 stories paint a picture of a nation whose past continues to surprise, inspire, and shape the world.